Hello and welcome to our weekly whiskey spotlight here from 9 Maple. I'm Tracy.
I'm Charles.
And today we're spotlighting the Elmer T Lee, which is a bourbon. And Elmer T Lee was one of the master distillers for Buffalo Trace for over 36 years before he retired in 1985. So Buffalo Trace actually honored Elmer T Lee by giving him his own bourbon after he brought, ready for this, Blanton's to the market. Like, he is the one that kind of fostered Blanton's bringing mainstream. So he in turn got his own bourbon.
Yeah, and Elmer T Lee, you know, he's a legend in the Kentucky world, the whiskey world, and he passed away actually 6 years ago now, in 2013. So it's kind of nice that he has this wonderful bourbon. It's really one of the better Buffalo Trace bourbons out there. I mean, Blanton's is wonderful. The Elmer T Lee is right there with it. You know, if you haven't had Elmer T Lee, you need to have Elmer T Lee. But so he has this to remember him by, and it's a 12-year-old single barrel bourbon. It's actually using the same mash bill that Blanton's uses, which is the #2 Buffalo Trace mash bill.
So it's high rye.
So yep, it's a high rye. It's about 15% rye, so you've got at least, you know, your 51% corn to be bourbon, but instead of wheat, they're using a rye mash bill for this, and it kind of gives it that traditional
Some good spicy flavor.
kind of bourbon feel. Really good stuff. It's getting hard to find now in the stores. It's also shooting up in price.
Well, we're lucky here because we have been here. It'll be, what, 19 years this year. It'll be 30 years in 2020. And so...
Well, it's been 29 years this year.
30, 29, 19. I know, I keep doing that. 29.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Just keep drinking.
Yeah, 30 years in 2020. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, it's got definitely that classic bourbon nose. I mean, this is about as classic a bourbon as you're going to find.
Nice and sweet.
Very sweet.
Delicious.
You've got the corn, you've got the caramel,
Nice.
you've got the
Yeah.
vanilla, you've got the honey.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go wrong with this.
A little cherry. I get a lot of cherry in that. Absolutely delicious, though.
And you get some of that rye, so you get a little
Spiciness.
bit of the spiciness from the rye.
It's a medium finish, though. It's not long.
Yeah, it's 45% ABV, so 90 proof. It's a medium. I mean,
You go medium to long?
medium to long, because I mean I still can taste it in my mouth.
Right now, even after.
You know, it's kind of your classic.
It's a light medium. It's a
Alright,
medium
we'll go
to
with-
short long. Medium to short long.
Medium to short long.
It's not going on that long, though. It's so good. You have to let it roll around in your mouth. You can't, you know, you always want to let it hit all the taste buds.
Actually, get some chocolate at the end
A
too.
little dark chocolate, right?
Yeah, it's kind of good. But yeah, this is one of the better, if not one of the best, mid-range Buffalo Trace. You know, they do their really fancy stuff, but this is a great bottle. If you can get it, definitely get it here for sure.
And so Charles was saying it's harder to come by, but we do have a couple bottles, so you can come try this here for $10 a pour.
$10 is a
Which
steal. A steal.
He knows better than I do.
It's a steal.
Really is. That's wonderful. And so we're open 7 days a week from 4 p.m. until close.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.